You find us still at the Malvern show. We're at one of the show gardens, which is absolutely stunning. It's a gold medal winning garden. I'm very happy to be joined by Kate. Kate, you are in charge of the show, in essence. You've taken on this mantle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's an absolute honour to have this show. It really is.
And how did you get involved with the show, and what's your background?
Yeah, so my background is working in experiential marketing, so working for a lot of household brands, but actually I really wanted to take a step back. I love the RHS as an organisation, and actually coming to 3 counties with an amazing site and coming to work on such an amazing show was just, an offer I couldn't not accept.
Well, I've been blown away actually by the quality of the show, the gardens and everything here. There's a massive change actually in 2 years since I was last here. Talk me through this garden, for instance, and what's the RHS trying to inspire and get people to do within their own gardens or at home or whatever.
Yeah, so this is the Be Positive, Be Kind, Be Aware garden by Rick Ford and Katie Gentle. So it's very much about pollinator. You can see the beehives in here. It's very much like a family relaxed area. It's absolutely beautiful. But one thing the RHS really, really wanted to do, and are really key whenever anyone's applying, is that the gardens have to have an onward home. So they don't have to go as a solid, but every element has to be reused. So it's a really, really nice message. In fact, one of the gardens further down is actually going to the Gloucestershire Royal Hospital after, to be enjoyed by the patients and all the staff. So it's
fabulous.
Really, really nice. But I think really as a underlying thing, the RHS is just so focused on sustainability and how we can kind of flip our bad habits and start making a difference.
I noticed you mentioned something about buying plants in the floral marquee.
Yes.
Explain what
Yeah,
you're
so
doing there.
Again, each year we try and be more sustainable. We realise you can't just be sustainable overnight, and we don't want to make people think that that can happen, especially at a show like this. But this year we've introduced the planet-friendly gardening area. So this is peat-free, plastic-free and pesticide-free. And as part of that, anyone who buys a plot in the floral marquee can go out and swap their plastic plant pot for a posi pot, which is essentially a cardboard pot. This can then go straight into the ground, so they don't have to worry about even unpotting it. So it's perfect, low maintenance, and then we will recycle or reuse all of the plastic pots to make sure they don't go to landfill.
That is such good news. Because the plastic, the peat-free, all that side of things has been such a buzz topic for many, many years. And I personally, with the amount of plants that I've planted in people's gardens, and there's so much of the plastic, whether it be polystyrene or the pots themselves, that we couldn't recycle, or the nurseries wouldn't take them back because of sanitising them all. And now that we're getting to the stage that we're going for recycled plastic pots, which can be reused and reused.
Yeah.
And it will make a difference. And the peat-free composts are getting better.
Yes, they absolutely are. And I know then, the first off, people are like, they're not as amazing. So part of our mission here this weekend is to actually educate people on how to then use it, because it's a different beast to using what you've typically used. So it's almost kind of relearning and being re-educated. And we really wanted people to come away feeling empowered and being able to make that change without sort of being scared or intimidated by it.
And what do you think are some of the other highlights of the show?
Oh, we've got so many highlights.
There's so much.
It's like picking a favourite child, but
it's huge.
Oh, it's
compared
massive
to Hampton Court or Chelsea.
Yeah, we're so lucky to have so much space, but the Tips and Tricks Theatre is a highlight. Again, it kind of taps into the sustainability because we're learning people how to upcycle pallets, make them into planters, learn how to make your own patio. So again, it's trying to tap into our whole theme, which is gardening for everyone. We want people to come to the show, and even if they've got a small budget or they're feeling a little bit like they want to upcycle, then we're hopefully equipping people with these ideas to then send them home and make their garden amazing.
Well, I'm hoping to catch up with Jay Blades a little bit later.
Oh, yes.
Who is doing it all there. The planting here and the actual display and the way this has all been set up, it's the attention to detail. You've got everything just displayed. It's like an old potting shed. You've got a really old vise on a worktop bench.
Yeah.
You've got the tools hung up. You've got a stag's horn fern hanging above your head. And the colour palette is just stunning.
It's stunning, isn't it? And what's so lovely is when they apply for their garden, they have to write a client brief. So Rick's was very much family orientated. It's lived in, and you cannot say it's not lived in. It is
It's got
perfection.
soul,
It
hasn't it?
has. It's like you've walked into somebody's life and almost getting an insight from somebody. But it's lovely. I mean, it's an honour just being stood here in the centre of it and just enjoying it.
Yes, it is. And Joe Public just on the outskirts, hiding behind the hedges and peering through.
Absolutely.
Kate, lovely to meet you. Well done.
Thank you.
This is quite an awesome show. I'm very, very impressed with you guys. I'm very pleased. You've got a lovely number of people, and it's dry and sunny after all the torrential rain that we've had.
Yes. No. Well, thank you for coming. It's a pleasure to actually have people coming and enjoying it. That's what we do it for. So
Great.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Pleasure.